line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up.
Oh boy, I hope I'm not too late to the party. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back live here on Beats and Race TV, and know your voices and yours are not being discredited. I am back, ladies and gentlemen. Been back for a while, and I've been just dealing with all the crud that I've been going through my body, but thankfully, the racing lords have blessed me enough time to get that sick leave out of the way and get ready for the broadcast calls. So let's head it down here on the track here, starting on the pole here. It will be number 19, Tyler Dahl on the outside. In the number 02, that will be Shannon Wood. Run number 2 is the 2, Mike Kelly outside. 84 is at the end, Alan Tolley. Run number 3 in the 91, Wesley Donaldson the outside. Number 7 is Scott Simler. Row 4 in the number 9 is Bobby Wetzel the outside. The 5 is Mac McMillan. The outside. Row number 5 is going to be the 74, Brian Workman the outside. 38 is Jack Coleman. Row 6 is Joe Hudson, the 112, and 012, that is Aaron Jackson. Row 3, well, we're just going to kind of go through the rows as we go. Green flags out, let's get to the race. Billy Hens will be in the 3, 2, 24 is Cody Sturgill, the 43 will be Sammy Harrell, the 14 Joey Gatini, the 15 is Al Wild, the 23 is Charles Van Schaik, the 12 Ryan D. Cook, the 018 is Philip Schmitz, the 13 will be David Comstock, the number 127 is Kevin England, the 96 Jerry Livingston, Doug Sigmon is the 04, 50 is George Hendricks Jr., and Brian Workman rounds up the field in the 74. Field lines them off and sends them on their way for 80 laps here in the distance here in Kansas Speedway. I won't lie, there are times you're going to hear me go quiet, guys. Just trying to catch my breath, catch my voice here. I said I was still dealing with some things. I didn't say I was 100% back on the show. Safe to say though, fans and friends, I did miss you all. I hope you guys had a good time out there. I hope you had a very happy Thanksgiving as well as some time out away from the track. Watching some of the shows there, I do appreciate Michael Bollinger helping me out a little bit there when I was out and about, so hopefully we kind of keep up the action as we continue to launch our way down through the field and down through the tracks. Tyler Dalton currently leading the field out with Mike Kelly number 2 running on the outside there with Wesley Donaldson trying to fight hard down the bottom lane, and Shannon Wood and Bobby Wetzel doing everything they can to kind of nail down with Cal Tony in the middle of that run. Sides of the track here. I am going to have to work on the volume of signs a little bit. It will be a little bit of time when I kind of get my volume mixed up with the racing cars as well. Like I said, my voice is not 100% here, so just kind of bear with me here. Bear with us here a little bit. Shannon Wood, that number 02, bearing some good speed, some good power there, right off from the lines, continues to drive off. Tyler Dalton right now leading it down. Mike Kelly there popping up on the outside there. Wesley Donaldson back behind in the field. So the field now continues to figure out the strategy and the pace here. Mike Kelly, obviously the defending champion here. He's looking to try and get a bit of the speed and power up to his full standards and his full drive. Knows there's a lot of ways to get around the track. Knows there's a lot of ways to deal with the pressure and deal with the kind of figurations here. Those drivers come back in the field right now, just kind of get their footing, maybe get a grip, if you will, here in Kansas. Multi-groove level track here, multiple angles to work around here, bottom, middle, and high side. And Speedway, one of, if not the better tracks as NASCAR visits up here when it comes to the intermediate style races. Especially that next-gen car these days. It's really popped up some shows, to say the least. With these super late models on the track, though, I think so far we've had a pretty good idea like what you can do when you got a setup built for them, as well as a whole different kind of tire strategy, which forces everyone to either play it safe and run your risk, or find yourself chasing the best and trying to nail down the rest. Calling down right on the outside there. Mike Kelly trying to fire off quickly, trying to hang in there a bit here. Wetzel and Shannon Wood still doing what they can to keep up their pace, keep up their drive. Distances are key here, folks. You can see a lot of guys trying to just make sure they're opening up their angles and opening up their lanes to get the best drive they can off that turn. And every turn you get a little bit closer there off of that ridge side there, a little bit too close maybe for Mike Kelly there and his liking. About took the outside lane for a bit of a drop shoot there and almost ended up sending himself to the shadow realm. Chad Goldman, number 38, right now kind of parking it right up ahead here on this 24, Cody Sturgill, as well as the 18 of Bill Hensley. Billy Hensley, I should say. I think it's the first time we have seen the number 18 machine here on the show. And Billy right now currently qualifying in the 15th spot. Not too shabby today here, getting himself into the 11th position so far. Certainly a position that I think he wants to be a little bit further ahead on as the sun starts to come down up here in Kansas. The old racing lords just thinking it was a little too dark for our taste. Let's get some sunlight into this place. Ooh, a little bit of sunlight equaling a little bit of smoke in the flame. There's a little bit of a drive shot. Excuse me, right into that wall protection there. Someone driving the car right up into the wall protection, what I was trying to say, and end up getting a little bit of a smoke screen developing on the track. Not exactly something the driver wants to see or let alone see at all. If you think about it, it's a whole different story, and that's exactly what they're trying to avoid right now. Take a look at this track tech talk here presented by Go Racing Diecast LLC. Kansas here, obviously coming up with some good priority shots here. 1.5 miles in length, 1.55 miles total. Bandwidth and length of the banking, pretty good on the banking there. But again, with a higher banking means these drivers have to keep their cars up to speed and up the power to deal with the pressure, especially when you got company coming right on your doorstep as Wetzel goes head to head here with Kelly and Dalton. Wetzel, oh boy, he almost lost that one in the turn. Came down from turn number 2 there, apexed it off, and almost lost it completely out of the banking. So now you want Wesley Donaldson now tries to shoot his way down on the inside and trying to gap up the bridge. He's looking for any kind of momentum, any kind of speed he can get here to keep up with these drivers. And Donaldson now looking to take the lead away. He is your new leader. Wide there, battling back for the first spot there. Wetzel, Kelly, and Wood. Wood again last season coming out with a dopey back to Las Vegas. Mike Kelly coming away with the season championship. Wetzel coming away with these 2 wins there. Said to me earlier today though, if he wants to get more, he's going to need to start figuring out how to dial it in, especially with guys like the WTE Diecast 91. Wesley Donaldson always coming into town. Quick little peek in the back here, and you can see some of the field of the drivers right now separating out by a pretty good sized margin here. Looks like some problems for Samuel Harrell here as the 43 has clocked out of the track here. Looks like the 43 is done for the day. A tough break there for him. Mac McMillan, he's struggling a little bit too. The number 5 not usually having that much issues today. Looks like something going horribly wrong for him. Brian Wordman, Doug Sigmont, and George Hendrick Jr. currently numerous amount of problems going on for those teams, those drivers here. As we move our way back to the mid-back here, looks like a little hot shot here between Van Schaik and the Wild Man on Wild, with a little lonely Aaron Action Jackson coming back to the show. Can't remember the last time we even had old Action Jackson here coming out here, but it looks like Jackson coming back with a very solid endeavor, as well as trying to show to the fans and the drivers that he has come for full force. Usually, at one point, was a multi-time winner here on Pizza Race TV in one season, like the names of that reign of terror himself, Tyler Dalton. But as of late, been kind of quiet, maybe a little bit more suspicious, I should say. In terms of how his driving has been, in terms of how he's back racing. And again, maybe it could just be because of the fact that he ran into a brick wall for some of these guys, or it could be he's just unfortunately not quite getting as much of a grip or getting much of a feel as he may have had in previous times. Shall see though, this is a first look at him this season as well, let alone in a super late model, so that could be a difference maker here, guys. So now big little drop there on the inside here, going for a runoff on Dalton, as he now takes full aim on the number 19. Good little hustle back there as he fought valiantly, making that run there, making that corner down. Got him, the number 7 machine looking very quickly at the overall position as well, looking to keep his pace. That's the big dilemma though right now. You're going to see a lot of drivers kind of coming and going here. Some maybe push the luck a little too soon rather than later. We saw that with DJ Ulrich not too long ago. Got a little too quick for his own good and ended up finding himself in a horrible position. Looks like he may have learned his lesson this time, qualifying back in the 13th spot. He's 6 spots up so far. Honestly, I like the strategy he's got going on right now. Kind of playing it safe, playing it cool, focusing directly on the overall pacing and speed he needs to hit with that kind of momentum, that kind of drive. Back now on the bottom lane now. Shannon Wood having a little tussle there. Wetzel right now currently dealing with Dalton on the bottom. Lizzie Donaldson controlling the scene, controlling the area. Tina right now very, very carefully as overall pace, as overall drive here, and making sure that he can keep the pace up, keep himself out of the ordinary and out of the issues here. Tina again, a former winner on the show here as well, mainly known for his Super Speedway Series racing. Kind of getting a little bit of a glimpse of that kind of from this kind of racing here as well. These super late models obviously have a very distinctive factor to them. They are very short track related and heavy, but their horsepower engine is enough to sustain on these bigger tracks. But what makes these things so much harder to pass and work around is the fact of you're using tires as well as the no tires situation for a switch, and you're also dealing with a custom-made setup that can make the car just a little bit looser or tighter. Oh, depending on how things go down there. And one little slip up like that, and just like that, you lose your pace and lose your speed. Now you got to gain it all back. Horrible miscalculation there, unfortunately, as the 19th Tyler Dalton just tripped down the bottom lane. Oh boy. Hey, was not expecting that at all, folks. And now we are going 3 wide for the race lead here, right onto the front. Wetzel, Wood, and Kelly. Great battle in between here from turn number 1 into 2 here. Wetzel and Kelly trying to get it in between from that bottom of Wood. But Wood still hanging on the outside lane. Maybe think that is the dominant lane. Again, he doesn't have to corner as much off the high side, but he does have to at least keep it straight there. Ooh, boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, this could get a little interesting, guys. And Donaldson's throwing blood in the water. He's like that lonely shark you don't want to deal with in Finding Nemo. He's just getting all he wants, but he's just not able to find a corner off the pass from him. He's hoping Wood will get a push off from him there and give him some chance to run it from there. Drafting up hard, Wood deep down to the bottom lane. Donaldson now left that outside all alone, and Wood didn't want nothing to do with being on the outside no more. Wetzel probably looking at it thinking, well, if he doesn't want to be down there, I guess I'll be up there for him. Took his line away. Now he's going to try to take his drive away there, looking to make a pass off of Wood, taking the lead, and now by a good margin as the field just starts to jumble up back behind him. Some stuff here. Oh, a nice little tag there on Scott Simley. That's Billy Hemsley right there, taking a little bit of a nudge from the old Intimidator playbook. I think maybe he saw the old 7 machine and thought, well, I mean, you know, Larson usually drives that kind of scheme, so maybe he can hold it just like a Larson can on this track. Speaking of that, honestly, Larson and Hamlin, I'll tell you what, seeing that battle here in the NASCAR Cup Series there, what a showdown that must have been. Just a feel-good all-around moment, at the same time, a horrible moment if you're one of the 5 fans there. I was one of them, but nevertheless here, still showing great execution of battling hard and trying to stay clear of issues, but the dirty airflow could be a factor later on here. And Bobby Wetzel now taking full control of the outside lane. Says, well, there's clean air up there. There's got to be something good going on for me there. Takes it to the top, sends it on around, and now he's got himself a good little battle back here as the rest of the field, all sorts of troubles there. Billy Hensley in the wall off turn number 2. And just like that, yet again, just getting some little bit of granular end of that car, a little bit of dust and smoke, and that just pushes himself into more and more trouble by the minute. My fans, we are just witnessing some absolutely great battles up to the front. Again, I know I'm trying to go to the back and see some of the other drivers, give them some showcase, but man, these leaders here, ooh, they are giving us a show. Wesley Donaldson now climbing to the bottom lane, trying to make a little bit of a run down here as Mike Kelly continues to move off with Wetzel. Wetzel right now dealing with whatever he can. In terms of overall condition and speed. Into the interstate batteries number 018. This is Phil Schmitz now on here. Schmitz is a long-time driver of this league, long-time promoter of the racing end. Philip, obviously one of those guys you just got to kind of watch out for. He's a bit of a sneaky one. Sometimes you think he's got a little bit too far back, and you know, he ended up just taking the lead from you and took him to win away. Could that be the same case? George Hendrick Jr. is a little bit of a problem down there, and it looks like George is off this one. He's out of here. Hendricks Jr. is out of the race here, so a problem for the 50. Unfortunately, George tough right there, and that's got to be a horrible, horrible feeling there for him and his team. Came out here, looked like he was trying to get some space in, kind of get some speed up into the bunch, and his night ends early. What a tough break for him and that team. Obviously, I know he wanted to come out and do what he could. It looks like though the racing lords weren't quite feeling the same. Oh, a little trouble right off on the turn there as the 91 of Wesley Donaldson. Coming off turn number 4, just jammed it right up into the wall protection. He got it again right off that corner. coming off turn 1 this time. WB Diecast 91 machine. He needs to be careful. That thing has damaged up badly. Oh, and Billy Hensley in the wall. Scraped up, bruised up, call it what you will. The battle of the black machines that are going in and turned into wrecking machines. As Cody Sturgill sneaks his way down on the inside lane there. He's all black and he's ready to come back. But man, talking about coming back 4 spots from 14th position. Now to have to try to climb up into this ladder. Good Lord, that is a fight zone if I ever saw one. Calatoni, woohoo! Calatoni. He's got a win last season, a win that he's been looking so desperately for. Probably the biggest confidence booster he could have gotten considering everything he's been through, and this year alone. I'm not going to go over it again, but you can just look back on our broadcast and look at the championship races, as well as some of his other moments. Some less than stellar, and then some incredibly impactful to him and his team, and just nothing but good love and support from there. Right now he currently has to face off in a head-to-head situation here as we're getting to the halfway point. Go Racing Super Series League right now doing a great job showcasing their talent as well as their speed at a high level, at a high tenacity and pace. That is what you want to see and it's what you want to bring. Back around now, Mike Elliott almost stripped him a little bit there to the number 41 of VJ O'Rourke. A little bit quick up to the pace, a little quick up to the draw, and didn't want nothing to do with it. Finley, Shannon Wood, and Hemsley right now currently just looking for any kind of pace they can get. Bobby Wetzel leads him down. VJ O'Rourke right behind him. O'Rourke looking to get something done here. But again, so late in this race, now comes a bit of a strategy phase. It becomes more of a focus on your determination. How hard do you run that right front? How hard do you run the right rear? Again, you burn up either side of those tires. A track like this, no tires to be had to give you back. You're literally just sitting on thin ice at that point. Calatoni, big jump to the inside. He made a huge run. Look at that power move right off turn number 3 to 4. Maybe a little bit of help there from Van Schaik, but man, just absolutely beautiful crossover. Went high, then low, and then swung it right on around to let it go. And Wetzel right now watching carefully as he sees Calatoni just trying to get more speed off from O'Rourke there. Problem is for him is that outside lane is not going to give him any room. And outside lane, I literally mean anything EJ O'Rourke is planning and cocking up here. Wetzel trying to do the exact same thing, kind of focus that strategy and make sure everyone can't get to him there by making that simple move off. It gets harder and harder to pass when you have no speed to carry through it with, especially when the other lane up there is the one that everyone's holding on to. Again, holding that lane though is a little bit trickier than holding the bottom, so that may give the inside a little bit of breathing room here. Now keep in mind too, this is also before we introduce the new oval refresh part 1, if you will, tomorrow night, which we'll see that in the winter series here, so be sure to stay tuned for that here on the broadcast channel. And yes, I will be covering it, barring anything else happens to me, not knocking on wood. Bobby Wetzel right now currently jumping right up to the gates here ahead of O'Rourke. Calatoni right in the midst. Finley, Van Schaik, and Wood looking for any kind of hope or breathing room they can get here. Sturgill dealing with the defending champion there, and Kelly. As currently Kelly still runs his outside lane a little bit. He earlier on was leading this field, now kind of fell back a bit. I think honestly his kind of strategy, overall pacing, is going to be more centered towards just trying to let the car rhythm out. Last week we were in Texas, absolutely chaotic and insanity there. Exmoor Speedway delivering on some serious speed issues for some, and Mike Kelly and Tyler Dalton going into pit road now. Very interesting, leveled out playing field now they're pulling up here. I'm surprised by this maneuvering here, what they're after. I think maybe they're kind of trying to find a little opening or two to shoot with. Ulrich though, big battle off there. Wetzel right now trying to deal with him back on the outside lane as Ulrich looks closely on the inside panel. It's hard to keep up with the boys, keep up with the track. This pace and speed, guys, absolutely just pure, unalterated insanity, just showcasing itself today. Closing down on the lanes right now. Similarly, he's an driver. Got to kind of watch out for here. His pacing and his control of the car. Top two far little to none. And Wetzel, whoa, looks like Wetzel trying to go to pit road there. And that may have been a huge mistake. The 9 machine not getting enough time to get in and not getting himself in when he wanted to. Schmitz and Comstock, they will get themselves into pit road, but that was a huge mistake by the number 9 team. Good Lord, when's the last time you ever seen a mistake like that happen all of a sudden? Ulrich right now dealing with a big battle going on. Lap traffic's getting in his way a little. Ulrich, Calatoni right now looking to get ahead of Ulrich. Coming down now, Ulrich to pit road, Calatoni, Simley, and it looks like Hensley, and it's going to pit road. Will Cook join him? Cook is kind of setting himself up with a little bit of a unique strategy here as we look on from the field. Everybody that went into pit road now coming out. Van Schaik, one of them. Sturgill, Dalton, Donaldson, Coleman, Wood, Wetzel, Jackson, and them all. Mike Kelly right now looks like he found himself in a horrible pit strategy there, and unfortunately that cost him a lot of time, a lot of laps lost just from that. Look at this, Calatoni. Calatoni ripping the inside lane, trying to get ahead there of Ulrich. Oh no! Ulrich's gonna get the caution out on the track. He loses it right off at turn number 2. He was trying to race the number 84, and instead he ended up racing himself out. Self spin coming down from turn number 3 and 1 and 2, excuse me. Good Lord, let's watch this one. Let's just give you an idea like how close this was. Calatoni racing hard to get out of pit road. Throttled up, speeded him up, and then look at Ulrich. He's trying to run the extreme outside lane there. Calatoni just trying to keep it close on the inside. And Ulrich just overdriving it, overcompensated, and a huge mistake. And that may have honestly just kind of completely, collectively destroyed any of the strategies some of these guys were after. Mac McMillan, Doug Sigmund, Kevin England gonna go to pit road now. They're gonna have to, unfortunately. That'll leave Kyle Tony for the race lead. Lead him down now here, past halfway done. Just a mere 28 laps left to go in this race. Field supposed to line back up, but I guess they're caution's still out here, guys. I am not completely sure what's going on. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. That does not look like a green flag to me. I think we are still under caution here. I think they're trying to catch up to the pace car here again. I'm still seeing a caution flag on my end. Oh, there we go. There's the pace car. I was like, where is the pace car? Like, what are these guys running to? Well, we gotta figure it out here, boys. There's the pace car. we go. Now there it is. Back to the green flag. Here we go again. Well, safe to say, Calatoni got a great jump on that one. But now with the pit strategies thrown out the window, now this comes into it. It's basically just who didn't run their tires out too much and who can now face up to the top of the mountain here. Tough call to answer there. Honestly, I'm going to be the last guy to try to figure that one out right now. Calatoni going for a little bit of a drive off. Charles Van Schaik looking to finally get one of his first wins of the season. It back a little bit now. Sturgill, Van Schaik, and Calatoni. Their odds evened up the playing field, and their game plans now focusing quite clearly where they want to be and what they want to do. And now it looks like even further than that, looks like some drivers are starting to get a little bit more on the wild side, trying to push their luck up as far as they can. Chad Coleman, the number 38 machine. He's a winner before on the show and with this very car. Bringing the pace, bringing the speed. Looking on as his tempo and his pacing looks pretty good right now. So does the other field. Van Schaik, Calatoni, Sturgill, Donaldson, and Dalton. Top 5 so far. Donaldson looks like he's going to try to play up the outside lane a little bit where Calatoni, Sturgill, and all of them are too. Could he be trying to think of something out here? Could he be trying to nail down any bit of piece of speed he can go for here? That's a very tall order to go with and have to deal with especially. Schaik, Calatoni, Sturgill, Donaldson, Dalton, and Wood right now having a great little fight run from run point A to point B. But it looks like now with 19 laps to go, looks like timing and execution is going to be everything here as Van Schaik looks like he gave him a little bit of a tap there from Calatoni. Got the old tap and a half and smacked on around. Now this is where things could get extremely interesting. Double-sided, double down, Sturgill. Oh man, you want to talk about a guy that's just trying so desperately to get that big win, to get that one feel-good moment out of his hair and out of his way. I think you got to put it to him. 14 laps now, concurring. Tony now for the race lead. On more camera with Tyler Dalton right now, is currently the Reign of Terror still in this race. Remember earlier, he got kind of pushed back, kind of settled down around there. And again, you can see those speeds, these cars definitely put up to play, but just look at how loose they're getting on some of these exits, some of these entries. That's literally why these cars are having such a good battle and a good drive off. Maybe some organizations like NASCAR should take notice. You get the car loose, you add more passing opportunities, and more drivers have to try to make it work around again. If they can hold the line and just keep it going from there, then really they figured out something that we never could. Coming away now, 14 laps left to go. All the game plans, all the strategies, all the momentum boosters, it's all on these guys to figure out which one made it work the best. Nobody wants to come out second. That's the first to last. First to lose, I should say. My terms are getting all over the place. You don't want to be the first to lose. You want to be the one that is first on all of it. Every driver right now, you can just feel a little bit of that intensity, a little bit of that feeling right now. You just get a sense of it. Just nothing but hard throwing, hard driving into that foot pedal, just trying to hang on, gripping that wheel a little tighter, just getting a little bit sweaty under the wrists, under the hands, under your placements, under the gloves. Man, it's a feeling you just cannot get over. It is something I truly love to feel, and I cannot get enough of when I get behind the wheel. I tell you what, guys, next week, tomorrow night, we will have Super Slinger Speedway. Put on a show! Oh, no! Oh, trouble right off of turn number 3. Charles Van Schuyt getting into the 19th. Tyler Dalton clips up into Cody Sturgill, the number 24, right from turn number 3. Oh, man, we got a caution and a huge wreck there out of the situation. Ooh, boy, oh boy, oh boy, that could be some controversy illuminating there, guys. Let's take a look at this. Van Schuyt just swiftly slowed up there on the 19, trying to back out of it. Sturgill trying to avoid him. Wetzel gets a little bit of wall protection. Absolute insanity right there and then, folks. Yeah, I think that may have been a little bit due to the airflow kind of bolstering around the 19 down into the 23, kind of showing him off there, kind of throwing him into a bit of a rut. Whatever the case may be, it did not appear to be intentional. It just looked like the aerodynamics of the car just kind of pulled him away and then pulled him right into that mess. Hard to really say, but that's the way it's looking from just the outside looking in. You can see right here, there's some contact, and then watch the... Oh! Oh, you can tell Sturgill was not a happy camper in that one either, and far from anyone that can blame him there. Nasty, nasty hit there, and that is going to really topple these drivers back down a few pegs. field right now, currently just trying to get the jitters out of the way, get themselves squared up again. Lights are off on the pace car. That means they're ready to shoot him down again for one more good little roundabout fight out shoot. Taking him down to the line now, ready to go at it one more time. Green flag's out, one more go. Here we are with 7 to finish. 7 laps to finish. Down Tony right now, looking carefully at that rearview mirror. He knows where they're coming from. He knows what they want to do to him. Shoot to the inside, big runoff. EJ Ulrich right now, the number 41, trying to make the launch in the distance. Thinks he had a good turn 3 and 4. Does he have enough to square him down in turn number 1 and 2? He does. Crossover, slide job from the bottom to the top. Huge move up there is Tony getting pushed around again. And those two got beef at Speedway, Super Speedways. Just a reminder. Shannon Wood right now trying to deal with everything he's got. Wesley Donaldson getting in a little more pace and control. EJ Orgo right now looks like that caution that he got himself thrown out made just to save this race. Tony and him racing it off pit road, and now they raced it on the track. Tony beat him at pit road, but it looks like he's going to beat him possibly on the track here if he doesn't hold on. Shannon Wood just slapping the wall right off the 0-2. Looks like he's down and out of this. Tony, look at this, another big jump. Look at the inside. Going for a big runoff down from turn number 3. Looking for a good jump down, trying to nail the inside. Got a whole lot of momentum and a little bit of carry there, but it did not quite match up. Donaldson able to hold him on the outside lane. Now we're down to just a mere 4 laps to go. Tony, though, is right there with him. If they can keep the car straight, he has a chance to get to Ulrich here. Ulrich right now watching the lap, watching the time, pacing his way in. Trying not to make any wrong moves. He knows one long turn, one long spot in the entry or the exit and on throttle, and he could be up for a game over situation. It's on like Donkey Kong, 3 to go. Intensity in the pace starting to thicken up a little bit right now. Donaldson just trying to get the outside lane to work. Get a little bit too close for his own good though. Tony getting right up in the 91. But a big jump there from the 91. He did find the speed. The 41 there on Ulrich having to go into defensive mode yet again. He's going to need to get a little bit aggressive here to hold him down with 2 laps to go. Chad Coleman, by the way, he's kind of sneaking his way in there. Wenzel literally falling back to him. Coleman looks like he might have something. 4-car battle for this win. 2 to go. Turns white flag next time on by. Ulrich right there on the launch. Donaldson, Tony still dead even with each other. Both drivers having a good tussle. Donaldson now side by side, just really putting the door and the fenders together. Tony trying to make it work to the top. Can't quite get any run. He's going to need all the help he can get as we come to the white flag this time on by. 3 wide for the race lead. Tony's going deep to the outside. Donaldson trying to hold him in the middle. Ulrich is trapped on the bottom. Donaldson drifts up. Tony trying to come back up. He got trapped and caught. He slammed it right off of the wall. He'll lose all that speed. Coleman now with the advantage, trying to come back for it. It's not going to be enough time though in 3. He's going to need to hold for a good exit off of 4. These two get into each other. Ulrich has clipped Donaldson off of turn number 4. A huge wreck ensues as Ulrich will send it to chaos in Kansas. Oh my goodness. And literally Charles Van Schaik putting it in reverse and gets something out of it. He finishes it in reverse for 15th, but my word, what an ending. Perhaps sweet redemption for a couple of weeks, for a couple of months ago when he had all the speed and lost it completely by burning the tires out. The 41 of EJ O'Rourke absolutely destroying every ounce of speed and control he had left and sending everyone into utter chaos. I'm not sure who did what there, who did what wrong, but it looked like Donaldson came. Oh! Ooh! Huge smack there from Mike Kelly. I don't think Mike was I think Mike's kind of telling O'Rourke, better stay away from my championship racing, my friend. You're not taking the title home that easy. Or it could be a different story. But Hudson and a Wild coming to the line for the podium. That is something incredibly crazy to believe, too. Neither driver probably thinking they even came close to it. But nevertheless, race fans, EJ O'Rourke going to take the win. And that will now bring us to our conclusive race results presented by Go Racing Diecast LLC. Celebration for the 41 as he's going to win it in Kansas after an absolute little fight out there with Donaldson out 3 into 4. He manages to hold his car stable enough. Hudson going second. Wild is going to go third. The Wild man getting a podium after so long out of the hot seat. Similarly getting a nice top 5 for him, as well as Tyler Dahl, the Reign of Terror, back in his usual spot. Shannon Wood going 6, 7 to Aaron Action Jackson. Great to see the Action Man back in his home ground and speed since can be. Jack Ullman going with an 8th position. 9th to the living legend Jerry Livingston. I don't know where he came from, but top 10 for that bad man. And Mac McMillan coming back with a solid top 10, rounds out his day. And there are your rest of your finishers now there, ladies and gentlemen, here. What a race. Peaks World says you're talking to the Wild Man tonight. I had a feeling you probably were going to say that. Let's get him in here, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. The Wild Man is with us. Alan Wild now joining us here. And Alan, good Lord, sir. 15 spots up, charging it up, and huge wreck ensuing. You managed to escape the carnage and come out with a solid third. Talk me through that ending there, good sir.
Oh man, I did not have the car to be up there tonight at all. Just right place, right time. First off, I want to apologize to Ryan. Um, just a racing deal. I had a run, tried to move to the outside, caught his bumper a little bit. He got loose, slid up, and I was just trying to hold it and ended up right rearing him. So a big apology to him. It's unfortunate that I get the third this way, but man, it feels good to be back up here.
Good to be back up here. Good to see you back here as well, man. I know you had a lot of strings to pull and got a lot of times to have to face off with these guys in some tough situations. I mean, all around for you and this team, so far this season seems like you guys have improved from last season just by just driving out here a little more, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. The more time I get driving with these guys, I mean, all these guys are extremely talented. And just the more time I get with them, the better I get. So I'm just happy to be out here with these guys. Huge shout out to Nick Peak, who sits atop my pit box every week and gives me a little extra spot and help and makes my calls on pit road for me. And that helps out a lot too.
Well, anybody else you want to thank her as well for this one, Alan?
Just a huge shout out to all the people that jump on here and watch and support me week to week. I got a lot of people that say they watch and keep track of what I'm doing. So huge shout out to them. Mark Hedrick, he's a big one. Mark Hutchins, a bunch of those guys. And just thanks, man. Thanks for putting on this show.
Thanks for coming on out. Alan, congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
The Wild Man, Alan Wild, ladies and gentlemen, coming away with a third place finish for this one. And right now, honestly, I'm kind of waiting on the other drivers. I don't even think most of them were even expected to be here. Currently, Joe Hudson, I think, may be in the wrong waiting room. There he is now. He's back with us. Old Joe Hudson giving a low go here, gets the second place here. And Hudson, man, I know you were kind of starting further in the back than you probably wanted to in the 11th spot, but hard charge and finding your rhythm there late. Man, talk me through this one.
Yeah, we had a little problem at the start of the race. We have a pump in there to pump mercury from the right side to the left side to try to help us with some left side weight, and it got hung up, but we got it working there. And we had them right where we needed them, didn't we? We were 12th going into the white flag lap and come into second. I mean, That was crazy. That was just pure luck. It just all wrecked and it opened up, and it's nice to finish second. I'm usually the one in the wall.
Well, you weren't the one on the wall this time. You're coming away with a solid effort in that case. I'll ask you this though, man. I mean, you had a lot of drivers. I mean, just looking and trying to craving to just give you anything else other than that position you took. I mean, the fact you're able to escape that madness there. I mean, does that really kind of hone the confidence up a little more, get you ready up for the next set of goes?
Yeah, these cars are fun. I mean, they try to. They're funny because you want to try to save your tires and just ride with the lead pack and kind of stay at the back, but it doesn't really seem that tire wear affects it that bad. I mean, it seems like the worse the tire wear goes, the faster you go. I probably went my fastest lap the last lap, so these cars are hard to figure out, but they are a lot of fun and they are picking up popularity. That was a great field of cars. I hope the broadcast was great and um, pure luck. I'd like to claim skill for that, but that was pure luck.
Well, man, but pure luck. I'll let you do the judgment on whether you like the broadcast or not. But man, you're gonna drop it off to a solid second place. Who do you want to thank you for this one?
I just want to thank my buddy Joey Giatina, Charles Van Schaik at GOAT, but especially Joey. He's been doing this Sim for 7, 8, 10 years with Sim 500, keeping it going. He's been the glue that's held it together, and there's a lot of work that goes into keeping these leagues together for us to come out here and have some fun. And Joey doesn't make a dime off of it. He just does it for the love of the sport, and he takes a lot of abuse. And Joey, I love you. Appreciate all you do for us. And uh, thanks, man. We'll try it again another night.
Try it again another night. Give it everything you got, man. At the end of the day, you're still copping away with a solid second place, brother. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you for your broadcast. You guys do a great job. I always go back and watch it the next day, especially when I do good. So thanks again, and we'll try it again next Tuesday.
All right, Joe. Congratulations, buddy. Good to hear from you again.
Thank you. Always good to outrun the terror.
The terror he did. Joe Hudson coming away second. Well, EJ O'Rourke, though, takes everyone in a terror there and pretty much tears up a few of them at the end. EJ, man, there's going to be a lot of controversy on that one. Talk me through what was going to happen down 3 and 4, buddy.
Yeah, well, this it's 41 Gary Marshall Trucking, um, personal comfort, Papa's Hardware, Chevy Camaro, late model thing here was fast all night. I first lap was in Q, qualified 13th, drove to lead, pitted as a leader, came out as a leader, spun out by myself because I suck. Went to the back and went from 14th to back in the lead in less than 20 laps. I feel bad for Wesley there. I mean, if you go back and look at it, I mean, I guess I hit him, but I really didn't hit him that hard. On my screen, I was watching out the right side, like I was looking right the entire time in 3 and 4, and I was drifting up just enough to put it to his door, not touch him. But I mean, there was definitely a little bit of net code. I mean, if you look at it, I'm sliding up. Right when I get to him, I stop, and then it might be hard to see on the broadcast because you're not in the actual driver server. It's a little bit different, but I still feel bad. I like Wesley. There's a lot of people I would stuff for a win here, but Wesley's definitely not one of them.
Well, I mean, man, coming away with a win, though, the season, first one of the season for you and the team. I know, obviously, it was probably not the way you wanted to end up seeing how it goes, but I mean, all in all, I mean, considering you made that mistake and then you found a way to kind of catch back up on these guys, I mean, you're pretty satisfied, you'd say, with the way this race went?
Well, I really wanted to win without contact, so I mean, it's not like I really just drove in there and dumped him. I drove in there and we're kind of, he's running the middle and I'm trying to fight for the middle. I mean, if he pinches me off, I'm not gonna get the run off, So he was doing what he had to do, and I was kind of doing what I had to do, but I don't want to touch anybody. But yeah, it's hard to win these races, and the last 2 Kansas races we ran here in this league, I feel like I kind of threw away. So it feels good to win. I still feel bad. I'd rather just finish second and not wreck Wesley, but I guess you can't really go back on that now. I feel bad about that.
Absolutely. Well, nevertheless, EJ, you coming away with the win today, my friend. Who do you want to thank you for all this?
just got to thank Brandon Marcy here, Gary Marcy Trucking. I appreciate everything they do, and Scott Stencil here, Personal Comfort. And you guys for broadcasting this, Go Racing 7500, everything these guys do to put on these races. I believe Mike Kelly and Wesley, I believe, are the ones that run the show for the side of the league, and they do a great job. And I really like Mike and Wesley and whoever else, is in this deal. And, I really enjoy racing everybody. This league's like a family. And I really mean that. It's really, really good people over here.
For sure there, EJ, man. Congratulations taking on home for a win today, buddy.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
EJ Org, ladies and gentlemen, going to be your winner today, and that'll about round it up our finish here. All in all, great coverage. Man, did I miss seeing you guys and talking to you guys in this broadcast booth. But, I'm back. Great to see you guys. It's great to hear from everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, stay safe out there. For this is Go Racing Diecast LLC Super Series, I'm the Crusader, signing off.